Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, happy Monday to you. Coach Kyle Evans coming at you from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Welcome to the Grow Show. Every week, every day, we show up here to get our daily checkup from the neck up to make sure that our brain, our hearts, our spirits, our energy, our systems, our habits, our ideas are all funneled to the right direction in the right beat so we can take the right steps to get where we desire to be. Once again, I want to take this opportunity to say happy Mother's Day to my ladies out there, the rocks, the foundations, the silent steel holding everything together, making sure that we have a great foundation to build on. The fixers of the boo-boos, the organizers, the emotional matriarchs that just keep everything moving along. Tip of the cap to you guys. Listen, so today I've got a quick one for you because I have the opportunity to watch one of my children, my youngest, my sweet hurricane daughter, graduate preschool today, right? Like, what a momentous occasion. And before that, I do want to spend some time pouring into you guys. And so, as I was thinking about this morning, kind of, where we are, where we came from, where we're going, I wanted to get into clarity. I was talking to my coach about this morning as it was marinating in my head, and he asked me a great question. He said, Kyle, what does you in 40 years look like? And I did not have the answer. And so I want to ask you guys that same question today. I'm like, man, this is good. Let me bring it to the people. What does you in 40 years look like? Can you taste it? Can you see it? Is it defined? Is it clear? Could you write me a couple pages on how you're feeling? What does your physical body look like? What key relationships do you have? What are you doing for work? Are you working? What does your morning look like? What does your Monday morning at 8 a.m. Central Time look like 40 years from now? And so, as we sat there kind of marinating in the ambiguity, he said, hey, I don't really like this exercise. I said, me either. I don't really know. Things are always changing and in flux. I said, here's a great question. What does your business look like in 8 years? Not 10, not 20, not 30, 8. What do your key relationships look like? What does your schedule look like? Who are you in 8 years? What does your organization look like? And again, I said, man, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I know a general idea. And I told him as I move from 8 to 5 to 3 to 1, my clarity gets stronger and more crystallized in the plan. And yet I don't know what the 8 year totally looks like. And so I said, you know what? He said, how many locations will Constellation be in? I said, I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't really care. He said, that's an interesting statement from someone who's leading an expansion organization. So let me ask you a different question. How many people will you be impacting on a daily basis? How many people will you be leading? I said, that's a question I like better. I said, 1,000. I said, great. What does that look like in 5 years? In 3? So, guys, what I want to encourage you to do is the same thing that I'm literally going to spend time, a lot of time this week, is what does my 3 year chart look like? Who's in my world? What does my organization look like in 3 years? So I can get to 5, so I can get to 8, eventually 40. And he gave me this question as we were talking about the 3 years. Said, when you're looking at this, how many people, and I want you to lean in here, if you have any idea of growing a business or a team or an organization, how many people will be directly reporting to you? I trust that you'll follow some of the great wisdoms that we've got before. Maybe 3 to 5, even max 7. When you start getting past 7, your impact, your intentionality begins to fade and falter. So guys, when you're thinking about your organization, ask yourself that question too. At the top, Who are the three people that are your direct reports? Who are your force multipliers? And he gave me such a great question to ask as I was beginning to, or as I will begin to fill out this missing persons report on who needs to be where, is who can make this better? Who can make this better? So as you're thinking about the future today, guys, this week, ask yourself, who can make my organization better? And what do they look like? How do they act? What does their job history look like? Where would I find this person? What role will they be in my world? What will they fix? What will they grow? What will they build? What will they make easier for me? And then begin to fill out essentially a resume or your own KPA of what this person would look like. Because there's something that's been awesome for me over these past few years is my level of networking has grown extensively. And I said, you know what? This sounds really good because if I have this missing persons report, if I have this idea of what I'm looking for, who I'm looking for, it might be easier to find them in all of these conversations. And he said, seems like you got it. Guys, if we don't take the time to slow down and plan, we may miss some of these great relationships and these great talented people that we're interacting with on a daily basis. That could be that leverage point. That could be that force multiplier. That could be the other person to come alongside you, lock an arm in arm, and help you build this magnificent dream. And yet, if we're not clear, we may walk right by them. We may miss them. And whose fault will that be? It'll be ours. So, my challenge to you today, my challenge to you this week is to start thinking about the future. What does your business look like in 8 years? 8. How many homes are you selling? How many people are in your organization? What locations are you in? Then what does it look like in 5? And then 3. I do love the what does it look like in 1 year? Don't get me wrong. I think that's incredible. And it gives us crystal clear focus on what we're going to do for the next 12 months. And yet, I'm sure you know this as well. People often overestimate what they can do in 1 year and drastically underestimate what they can do in 3. I started this bold journey 3 years ago, and I would have had no idea of the level of growth or impact that I've been able to provide, not just for others, but for myself, for my family. So don't underestimate what you can do in 3 years. So let's start thinking about that together. Who are you? What type of person are you? And the reason I ask that is because when you identify what your 3-year looks like, you can begin to influence what your growth plan looks like. What books do you need to learn? What classes do you need to attend? What groups, clubs, rooms do you need to be in to help influence the person that you're going to be? These are the questions that move the needle forward. These are the questions that are sometimes overlooked because we get into the hustle and bustle of Monday, of graduations, of summer vacations, of spring and summer markets. And if we don't slow down, the whirlwind will take us all. So, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for a quick day today. And yet, first things first, got to go see a little girl walk across the aisle. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, happy Monday to you. Go spend some time planning this future and let's get crystal clear on who we need to be, who needs to be in our world, and that powerful question, who can make this better? If you have any questions or you want a mastermind or you need some more information on this, shoot me a text, man. I'm here for you guys always. Love you. Mean it. Go crush it today. I'm going to go give some flowers to a 5-year-old. See ya.